So this should be a really, really cool game to go back to. I'm playing the original Motorstorm. So on this YouTube channel, I've done Apocalypse, I've done Pacific Rift, and on my Twitch channel, I've done hours of Apocalypse and Pacific Rift. But I have not played the first Motorstorm since probably 2009, 2010, around there. It's been quite a while. Now, Motorstorm was a really, really big deal when it came out, not necessarily because of the amount of content and stuff like that I had. Not at all. Motorstorm was a big deal because it was a gorgeous, gorgeous looking game. And it was a really, really cool showcase game for the PS3 console at the time. So we're gonna give it a go. I haven't played it in years. I have like an old save file here. But I'm gonna go back to the first race, just kind of see where we go. I'll be in a rally car. I remember the loading times being abysmal. Like, even loading a car right here takes forever. I remember that being terrible, but I remember the game itself being great, but very limiting. But we're going to see how I feel about it these days. But yeah, see how long that loading time was? Like, my god. And now we wait for the next one. I want just the right rally car. Actually, you know what? I'm down with that. But yeah, Motorstorm's a big thing. If you've never watched a Motorstorm game before, they're primarily off-road games. Not always. Apocalypse isn't exactly an off-road game, but it is at the same time. Where there are multiple different paths you can go, and certain paths favor different kind of car types, but you can kind of figure out what you're doing. You have a nitrous boost you can do, which the gauge goes up quicker if you're in hot areas, goes down faster if like you're on water or colder areas, which might actually not be in the first Motorstorm. That might have been a thing they introduced in Pacific Rift, which is the second game. I forget if this one has that mechanic. But basically, off-road racing, it's a bit chaotic. Bunch of different routes you can take around a map, as this loading screen kind of shows, to give you an idea. And yeah, Motorstorm, the first one I remember being so fun. So fun. We'll see. We'll see how it holds up graphically as well. I mean, like, this doesn't look great, obviously. Like, it's aliased. It's not perfect. But I still think this is, like, plenty good looking enough. Actually, that actually feels really good to play. I feel the car handling actually feels good as I slide out. Spin out. No, it actually feels pretty good. Okay. But yeah, Motorstorm is just kind of chaos and racing around. First Motorstorm is very much like a no-frills sort of thing. Like, this is what you get. So you better like this. I remember at the time, the big things they really touted graphically were the track marks that got left in the ground, which should remain through all the different laps, and the fact that your car gets dirtier as you race through. So those are two really, really big things about it. Because again, this game was mainly a graphical showcase that happened to be a very fun racing game. And I do have the audio pretty much as low as it can go. So if you can't hear any music, that's why. The whole YouTube copyright situation, whenever I remember, I tend to like lower the music. But the soundtrack for this game is really cool. A lot of good bands in it. Including Nirvana's Breed, which I always thought was such a cool game for this song. A cool song for this game. There we go. I almost did a bad sentence. Easy spin. Yeah, it's fun. Like, this actually still controls, like, really well. This feels really good to play here. It's responsive. It's very snappy. Because nothing... Nothing about Motorstorm is, like, you know, simulation, right? It's just pure arcade racer. It's super fun. But you can slide very, very, very easily in these rally cars. So I gotta be a bit careful. Because as you can see, it's very easy just to, blow up. So be it. Yeah, so far this is really nice. Obviously, graphically, this doesn't look great anymore, but for a game that came out in '07, I want to say, maybe '08, this was, like, incredible. I think, like, even to this day, like, it doesn't look bad. Like, the geometry on the levels is, you know, it's pretty cool. The track design's awesome. I think, you know, if you have, like, some anti-aliasing going, these car models look a little bit better. Because I just noticed, like, a lot of jaggies, like, on the cars and things in the background. But I think this is a game like you could easily like retexture and like just re-release as a remaster, and it would look fantastic. Because like the framework and stuff is like all here. Like the damage modeling isn't bad, and again, like the geometry is not bad at all. Like even look at the flag up there, like that looks pretty good. It's actually kind of impressive, like how well this holds up. In just strict like graphic terms, it holds up very well. Now, would I say this feels better to play than Pacific Rift or Apocalypse? No. Not really. Like, it definitely feels like a downgrade, which makes sense because I'm going back a couple of games in the series, but this still is very competent. I'm crashing a lot. But that's because the tracks in this game are a little bit different. The tracks in this game are a lot longer. A lot longer. Like, that was a 4-minute lap almost? Granted, I crashed a lot, so it'd be like normally like a 3-minute lap. So tracks are a little bit longer compared to like other Motorstorms, but they're full of so many different obstacles. I think this Motorstorm probably has a few more differing paths you can take. Like it feels like you can approach these tracks in a few more different ways, whereas Apocalypse and Pacific Rim is a little bit more streamlined. Like there's multiple paths in Pacific Rim. Rim? Rift. Pacific Rift. Rim is a movie. Rift has, you know, this also has branching paths, as does Apocalypse, but I don't think it's as crazy as this game goes with it. At least I think so. Like, I can't think of like any tracks like in Pacific Rift or Apocalypse that were like anywhere near as branching as this one, for instance. I can't think of any. And slowly but surely, I'm also getting this down a bit. Getting a little bit more comfortable here. Let's boost so we can fall down here and just drift through. Excellent. Oh god, he's trying to push me in. It worked. That's a super aggressive AI. Holy crap. So far, so good, though. I am actually really, really happy with just how well this feels like it's aged. This is still a very competent racer. I'm not competent. Wait, it gave me first? I must have just crashed in the wall in a way that it gave me the finish trigger. Oh my god, I meant to do that. It's a speedrun strat. You see, you finish the race a little bit quicker. Easy, see? Alright. What are we doing? Let's do this one. I can already see like which ones I've done before. Yeah, I was going like, I didn't go far in this game when I first got it, but I did love it. So I've already done that. So I guess I gotta get this one done. It's a big rig? Event Hazard big rig. Let's do it. Why not? I wanted to do a bike race, but I'll do this. I don't mind. That was a really nice first race, though. What's the Patriot Thunder Chief? Let's look at this. Okay, the Molotov Drago. I love me Sylvester Stallone, and I love me some Molotov cocktails. Perfect. We're racing this. Oh, something about Motorstorm, too. I think I kind of briefly brought up, but if you're not familiar with Motorstorm, there's ATVs, there's big rigs, there's rally cars, basic cars, dirt bikes, There's like a lot of like vehicle variety, and they all handle very differently. It's really cool. Man, PS3 had so many good racing games on it. As I've been doing this series, like if you notice, like a lot of my At the Races videos are on PS3. Because I keep finding so many cool racing games to check out. So many. And I have a lot more kind of like on the side I want to check out. Like a good amount more on the side. Only thing that sucks is I kind of don't like the PS3 controller too much for racing games. Like, I've never been a big... I shouldn't say I've never been, but I'm not the biggest fan of the PlayStation controller design. Like, I can use it. I've used it for, like, 20 plus years now. More than... Yeah, over 20 years now. Well over. So, like, it's fine. It's natural. But, like, I never like the way their triggers feel on any controller. With PS1 and PS2 not being analog triggers, just being purely digital. Like, you can't get, like, the throttle control. And then 3's triggers are very weird. Like, my fingers love slipping off them. Same thing with the thumbsticks. My fingers like slipping off the thumbsticks quite a bit. So, yeah, and like even PS4, like I don't like the PS4 triggers too much either. Although I don't slip off as much. I much prefer like I prefer the Xbox style for controllers because I don't really own any racing wheels. Like the last racing wheel I actually owned was for the N64 that I played Cruisin' USA on, which would be a fun video to do now that I bring it up. But yeah, beyond that, like I've never really invested in racing wheels. Although I always wanted, what was it, the Logitech? I think it's the G502. I think is the name of it. I forget the name. But the really popular Logitech wheel I've always wanted to get. So like maybe one day I'll do that, but for the most part, I'm really just comfortable using controllers for racing games. I get to sit back, relax, enjoy. But yeah, we only got into this topic because I was mentioning how I don't really like the PS3 controller for racing games. Or really many games for that matter. Which is what it is. It's all a preference thing. Because granted, I found out I'm kind of like a weirdo for liking the PS3 controller over the PS4. I just like me some bigger controllers. What can I say? Well, this track isn't too bad. I'll take second place. I qualified. Goddamn right I qualified. I'm a god at this game. Okay, what do we got? So we're gonna use a mud plugger. So we got the plugger slugger. I'm gonna go for first choice because I kind of like the idea of calling this the plugger slugger. In a mud plugger, you are. Guess what routes to use? Can you? If finding yourself amongst the rocks with too many opponents, you are. Learn the true meaning of tenderize, you will. Why is this? Why is there a Yoda like loading screen? I am quite quite confused, but you know what? I'll accept it. I'll allow it. Let's do this race, and maybe I'll call it a video after this. Like 3 races sounds pretty sufficient, cause like it's more Motorstorm. It's fun. It's a good time. The only thing is, I'm not sure if I'd actually want to play this one, like, over Pacific Rift or not. Honestly, for, like, certain cases, maybe. Because I do think the track design here is, like, actually wonderful. Although it's loaded with so much shit to crash into. That's the only annoying bit. is it feels like there's always something just kind of there in your face, ready. Oh my god, I just realized like I'm almost burned up. I don't feel like I've used that much boost. Oh wow, yeah, no, this thing overheats really quick, it looks like. Or is that about... that might be about normal. I probably just used more boost than I thought I did. I honestly can't tell. Although I do think this mud plugger controls very oddly. But that is A-okay. Because I'm doing good. Easy first place overtake. Not bad. Now not crash here. Hopefully this isn't too much speed. No, this is fine. Oh yeah, no, this is more than fine. Cool, man. Excellent. Okay, maybe not excellent, but look, I got full boost back. Inches nice and cool. Ooh, AI is like all really close though. They're all compressed over here. I might want to be a little bit less reckless. But being reckless is fun in video games. It's like the biggest like conundrum. Like you want to be reckless because it's a video game, but if you're reckless in the video game, you get punished for being reckless. I never know what to do. Excellent. Now I'm gonna hope my engine cools down a little bit quick here so I can get that final boost jump. Oh god. Man, I think the AI in this one might be more aggressive than like the other Motorstorms, honestly. They seem super aggressive. But I can't like fully tell. I feel like I'd have to play like all the Motorstorms back to back to back to back to really judge. But they do seem very aggressive. That's okay. Through you. All we got left is one more lap. I'm holding that lead, though, which is nice. Oh, God. They're just so close. And man, like, when you get, like, all the cars so close together and, like, crashes like that happen in front of you, it's so awesome, man. Like, even to this day, like, not many, like, racing games really replicate that, I feel like. Like, you have, like, some games have, like, really cool crashes and, like, you know, cool cars, like, next to each other. Like, it does happen in this kind of setting. Like, Wreckfest is, like, a big example, which is another game I should do a video on. But there's just something about this game where it's just, like, extra freaking cool looking. It's probably just, like, the off-road nature and how there's always, like, 3 or 4 next to each other. Sparks are flying as we see, like, in front of us. Like, the trails going behind the cars. The parts flying everywhere, people boosting. There's just so much visual information and, like, chaos happening on the track. That's just awesome. Like, it is such a cool, like, just game to look at. They fit a lot of personality in this game, which might be one of its greatest features. Because while there isn't much to the game mechanically, they really just squeeze so much personality into it. I love Motorstorm so much. I really, really hope one day, like, Sony does kind of, like, go back to Motorstorm, gets another one made. Because I'm pretty sure it's Sony that developed these, or, like, in-house Sony got them. I'll have to double check. I'm 99.99999%, but for some reason, I'm having, like, that little bit of self-doubt on that statement. But I'm pretty sure Motorstorm's all Sony. But for basically just being a tech demo showcase, or like a graphical showcase, they did a great job with it, like just being a fun game. Oh god. My first place though! No! Fourth! Oh man. Failed to qualify, that's fine. That was close. Oh, that sucks. That last turn you have to take so tight. Wait, how far does this game go? Because I don't think it goes... Oh, I had level 3 races and stuff here. Okay. And it just loops there. 21 different events. And so it's not, like, super long. Cool. What was an extras? Because I know the online servers are long gone. Festival, development concept. Okay. All basic stuff. But yeah, that's the first Motorstorm. It's really good still. Like, I kind of like this one. Do I think it's, you know, as good as Pacific Rift, Apocalypse? No, not at all, but it still has, like, its own place, and I still think this one's actually worth playing, going back on it. I might keep playing this one off-stream or off-video a bit, see if I can kind of get a little bit further in it, because I really enjoyed that. I love the track design. I think graphically it holds up really well in many regards. It has a great presentation. The only complaints I really have are the load times suck, and, well, there's really not much gameplay variety, but, like, it's good enough, I guess, to keep me interested. And while the track design's great, I do feel like they have a little bit too much in terms of obstacles on the courses I just played on. And I feel like all of them are kind of like that. Like, it feels like every course is a little bit too much of a death trap. Just a little bit. I wish it was toned down just slightly. Because the death trappiness is kind of like part of the fun of it, but I feel like they went a little bit too far into that whole thing. But yeah, overall, great game. And yeah, I think Motorstorm's just an excellent series. So that's the last Motorstorm I had left to check out on for PS3, because we don't count RC, because that one never happened. It never happened. But maybe I'll look at the oh god, what's the name of the ice one, the PS2 PSP one? Crap. Oh man, I forgot the name of the last Motorstorm I really want to check out. I feel bad because I was talking about it like a previous video. I'm gonna feel like an idiot. Arctic Edge, that one. I might look at that one. Although it's definitely a downgrade, it'd be a cool one to look at. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Motorstorm's really cool. Toodles, y'all.